Hey guys, this is ABGameX, and welcome back to another Mario Party Jamboree video. However, this time, we're going to be doing something different. Because I can't actually do any streaming at the moment because Spectrum Internet's horrible, might as well do something that I put off for a while now. Now that I'm able to actually form like a concrete opinion on most of the minigames in Super Mario Party Jamboree. So, it is time for me to finally tier list the minigames in Super Mario Party Jamboree. I will lay down a few ground rules though. Starting with, I have not played every single minigame on this list yet. Pretty much I played every single minigame that normally appears in like my streams. So, pretty much everything all the way up until Bowser Crashers, I have played. So Brick Breaker and beyond, I have not played yet. I still had to do Capathlon, the rhythm stuff at some other time, but yeah, everything from Bowser Crashers upwards is fair game. And the only minigames I've also not touched from this selection are the ones that involve motion controls. Because when I do the stream series, I don't actually use motion controls. So yeah, I think that's pretty much most of the criteria. So pretty much every single minigame on here, outside all the way up to Bowser's Crashers, is not a motion control minigame. Qualifies for this list, especially since Dragon Needle Slayers through Bowser Crashers, they all have a chance of appearing throughout the games via versus space sometimes. So we'll rank these boss battles as well, and I think with that out of the way, let's get right into the ranking. Starting with Big Top Quiz. There are definitely a lot of quiz minigames in the game, but I think only 3 qualify for this list. And out of all of them, it's definitely second best in my opinion. Like, I'll put it in C for now because it is a quiz. It might has potential to go up, but quizzes are a little on the boring side, so I'll leave it in C for now, but that could potentially change. Camera Ready. I actually really like this minigame. I think I'll even put it in A tier. Like, there are many unique ways to... I shouldn't say unique ways, but I just like the challenge in this one. Like, you have to be as precise as possible, and there are ways that the background can figure out. Like there could be like very similar like characters doing specific things, but it turns out you could be on the wrong side of the map. So I think that could be a fun trick. I do think there are a few instances where it's a little unfair if you miss the timing on, where it can be a bit unforgiving. But other than that, I think it's a really good minigame. I like it a lot. Cold Front. I mean, I'll leave it in A for now, but this one could go down potentially. I'm not quite sure yet. Alright, Cold Front. I might put this in A as well. Like, this is just really good. And one of the rare instances where ice physics is actually kind of fun to play on. So yeah, avoid the gusts of wind and stay on the platform. That's pretty much it. Very solid minigame. I like it. Moving on. Domination. So far, worst minigame on the list. Just because I find button mashing minigames to be very boring. Gatekeepers, and we all know where this is going. Goodbye. This is the only minigame in the game that I've played so far that you even consider close to F tier. It's luck based. It takes a long time. Nobody likes it. It's Gatekeepers. Moving on. Granite Getaway. I'll put it in B tier. It's a bit on the easier side. But A, Mario Party 6 nostalgia. And B, it is just a fun minigame to play all around. But yeah, if you want an easy 10 coins, this is the minigame to play. Alright, motion control minigame, I'm going to ignore that. Hot Crossed Blocks. Even though this probably should be an F tier, maybe even low D. I might put it in high D for now, with potential to go up to C. Because main issue with this game, first of all, it can go on for too long. And it can get a little bit troll levels of bad at the end. But at least it has really good music, and sometimes when everyone ties, it's actually funny. So as a result of ironic enjoyment, I'll keep it in high D for now. Hot, hot, hop. I think I like Cold Front a little bit better. Like, I'll put it in B tier. Maybe Cold Front can move down to B. I'm not sure. Like, maybe top of A, top of B, or bottom A, top of B for now, and I think that should be fine. Light Wave Battle. I'm going to be completely biased on this one just because I am very good at this minigame. But there's a lot of timing involved. Like, you get 3 lives, and sometimes you have to decide when to do a ground pound or just jump, just to avoid, you know, just to like thread the needle between the waves in order to get like a revenge attack on the opponent. And there's even strategy involved on like how high you ground pound, because the higher you ground pound, the faster the wave will go, and the lower you ground pound, the slower it will go. So a bit of strategy involved to throw off the timing for your opponent. And yeah, it's honestly one of the easiest minigames for me. What everyone else is bad at, which means it's a skill issue for them, so for that reason it's S tier. But no, I actually think I do like all these minigames over the rest though, unironically. Lumber Tumble. When I first played this level, I had high hopes for it, but every single time it comes up, like, middle of C for now, it's just meh. Like, it's got some nice elements. Actually, I have more fun playing it than the quiz, even though it's easier to win on the quiz level in my opinion, but like, it's not exactly a platforming stage, which is what I definitely prefer, but it's good enough. But again, similar to most other minigames, it goes on for way too long. Let's see here, motion controls, platform parallel. I don't like coin minigames, but this one's an exception. I like it more than domination. Even though I really wish they made it more of like a race, rather than just a coin minigame. Like, you need some sort of incentive to actually make it to the end first. They could have it be like, congratulations, you're the first person to cross the finish line, here's an extra 5 coins. Or, you're in 4th place, you managed to cross the finish line, here's 1 coin. Have a pity coin. Like, there needs to be like some sort of incentive to actually finish. Otherwise, you could just camp the final platform, grab all the coins, fall to your death, and still keep all the coins you get. Plus, I do think the timing for the jumping is a little weird on this one for some reason. But hey, I like platforming, so I get a bit more bias there, and the coin payout's actually decent, so I'll put it in C tier for now. Alright, Rinks to Riches, another coin minigame. I still like it more than Domination. The ice physics are a little more annoying compared to something like Cold Front, and the controls are definitely wonky. But at least the coin payout's still pretty decent on this one as well. Probably not as good as Platform Peril, but decent coin minigame. Sandwiched. I'll put this at B tier. Maybe top of B tier for now. Actually, ooh, maybe A. In front of Cold Front. In front of Camera Ready. I think you're going to be top of A tier. This one's really fun. I also don't remember if I said this at the start. Some decisions will be based on how easy it is to beat Master AI on it. And when it comes to that, these 2 minigames here are luck-based. So yeah, Sandwich, it's fun. It can get hectic. I think there's an endless mode on this as well, in the minigame mode, so yeah. Fun minigame, I like it. Speaking of endless mode, Carousel. I think bottom of B is fair. This one's fun, even if it goes on for way too long. Like, it doesn't even get challenging until halfway into the game. But even then, most minigames, at least if you're using... Actually, no, just most of the time in general, just... Most people survive until, like, the last 10 seconds anyways. Because that's when the real challenge comes in. So yeah, good minigame, too long. I guess same thing could also be said for Hot Hot Hop, but... I just like this one better. For some reason, it just feels more intense for it to be 60 seconds. I don't know why. Let's see here. Haven't played that one, so it's motion controls. Sled to the Edge. Yeah, I kind of like these types of minigames. I don't really know what really to say about it. It's just pay attention to the background detail. Make sure to get as close to the edge as possible. But of course, if you overshoot, then you're out completely. So it's a chance of high risk, high reward. And I like it because of that. But at the same time, it is just a button press and it's done. But hey, it's a short minigame, and in a game where most minigames are very long, this minigame's a godsend. Snag the flags. D tier. Actually, unironically, like hot. Actually, ironically, like Hot Cross blocks more. Snag the flags. I find this one to be luck based. And against Master AI, they seem to always know where the flags are most of the time. So yeah, I don't like this one. If you had the ability to at least rotate the camera angle, that would jump this game up to at least B tier, but as is, it's just annoying to play every time, and it's a free win for Master AI most of the time. Stamp out. I think just barely above Domination, but these two are probably around the same tier. Stamp out, I just don't have fun on it. I don't know what it is, honestly, that I don't like about it, but I just don't. Like, it's just not really a minigame that I actually get excited to play. But, like, realistically in C tier, I'm not really excited to play any of these. But, like, would you rather play Stamp Out, or would you rather play Cold Front? Or Hot Hot Hop? Seems like a no-brainer to me. Alright, Tiny Triathlon, motion controls, 3 throw. This has a little bit of luck involved, just because of... Yeah, I may even put it above Lumber Tumble. Just based on positioning, because if you get placed right on the edges, you're arguably in the best spot, because that's when you can actually get the baskets you actually want to aim for. And if you're in the middle, you're pretty much stuck with what's not taken yet. Still is possible for the middle to win, however I do think it's slightly biased towards the people on the outer sides there. So yeah, slight luck base, but other than that, it's a fun minigame. It's basketball. Thwomp the difference, D tier. Maybe not that low. I hate Snag the Flags more, but Thwomp the difference. Yeah, Thwomp the difference. It sucks, especially if you're playing against Master AI. Master AI is way too good at this one. Most of the times I relied to win just on pure 50-50 guess before the AI even has a chance to guess. So yeah, because of that alone, that can stay in D tier, and we're just gonna move on. Tilt to Golf, that's motion controls, even though I will say this probably would be my favorite motion control minigame if I had to choose, based on at least what I've seen online. But I haven't played it, so I'm not gonna rate that fairly yet. Trampoline. I mean, it's a shorter minigame. I'll take it. Like, if Trampoline comes up, I'm not gonna complain. It is a bit easy to actually accidentally get locked on an opponent to where you just can't jump over a certain height. But other than that, it's a fine minigame. And more importantly, it's quick. Alright, treasure divers. Bad coin turnout, and for that alone, that can stay in D tier. I didn't even like this minigame that much in Mario Party 1, and it's not much better here. Coin turnout's way too low, and it's honestly not kind of a waste of time. Treetop treasure. Again, another coin minigame. Even if it is a bit more platforming, I think I like Rings to Riches just a little bit better. Maybe because for some reason the jump physics feel really weird in Treetop Treasure. However, I will say the coin turnout for this one is really good as well. But other than that, I just don't really care for this one that much. Like, it's fine. Like, I'll still be happy if it shows up, at least out of these 3 coin minigames. Like, this one's like tolerable platforming. This one's a little bit of intolerable platforming. And this one's kind of in the middle here, with no platforming at all, so yeah. But the coin minigames, I'll just group these together. Pretty much equal opinions on these for the most part. Alright, so onto the 1v3s, starting with Blame It on the Crane. I was originally going to put this a bit lower on the list, because I feel it's biased towards the 3 players winning. However, I rarely get to play the 1 player on this one, and the most recent time I did this as the 1 player, I got everyone almost immediately. So I think I'll stick it at the top of B for now, since there is a chance for it to be balanced. And the mind games on this one could be a bit fun. Yeah, I'll leave it at bottom of B. Potential to be balanced, but I could also just be getting lucky. Bruiser Bash. Like, I feel it's balanced. But at the same time, it's just one I don't really have fun on. And Master AI on this one is pretty good. And plus, I also just suck at this one, but even if I ignore that, just not really that big a fan of this one. Even though it is pretty balanced, so I'll give it points for that. And I'll definitely take balanced 1v3s over unbalanced ones. Yeah, I like it more than the quiz, just barely. And Slide of the Edge is like way better. This is like A+ or C+ territory. Alright, Cage Catch. It's okay. I'll probably put it above Bruiser Bash. I just have more fun on this one for some reason. You know, most probably gonna be stuff put in the middle here soon. Okay, so I know I skipped over a few of these because motion controls, cookie cutters. I actually might put this in B tier as well. Like, it's very balanced, surprisingly. Like, if you have the skill to actually memorize the buttons for the 1 player, this can actually be very balanced. Like, if you don't have buttons memorized, then it is definitely easier for the 3 players to win. But if you have the buttons memorized, like, extremely well, then the 1 player can win. So, yeah. It's honestly just a coin flip, but yeah. Either side can win, so sure. Top of B tier. And at least compared to something like Domination, you press 3 buttons instead of 1. Lost and Pound. Maybe just above Cage Catch. It's like the inverse version, or the reverse version of Hide and Sneak from Superstars. So you have to guess where the 1 player is hiding and then hit them 3 times. However, from my experience, it seems that the one player wins pretty often, so maybe from that alone I'll drop it below Bruiser Bash. Maybe below Big Talk Quiz? Nah. I think that can do for now. Alright, so income stream, that's motion controls. On again, off again. I think this one's biased towards the 3 players winning, however, you can create some pretty fun strategies as the 1 player. So for that alone, I think I'll put it... Honestly, I might put it top of... Yeah, I think this is the highest I could put it. Best 1v3 so far. Snowball. It can go by in 1 second or 15 seconds. Out of a 60-second timer. So... Is Mario Party 6 nostalgia? I think I'll just put it just below Cookie Cutters. I like Cookie Cutters just a little bit more. But Snowball is a pretty good one. Alright, Squeaky Shakedown. It's a coin minigame, but it's one I just don't have fun on for some reason. I think it's because most of the time, I feel like it's almost always really close to like a 10-11 split for everyone. So I think out of all the coin minigames so far, outside Treasure Divers, this one could probably sit here. Maybe Stamp Out's a little low? I don't know, I'll reorder some of them later, potentially. Sunset Standoff. It is the better stage between this and Hot Cross Blocks when it comes to its good music. But this one, I feel it's a bit more biased towards the 1 player winning. But again, I've seen mixed results before, but at the same time, is it fun to play on? Not really. I honestly think I like Platform Parallel better. I think this is where I finally start dividing the line here. I think I can move Stamp Out up a bit. I don't know, Stamp Out still says Standoff. They're kind of like a tie at the moment, but that can change. Unfriendly Flying Object. I honestly think this might be my favorite 1v3 in the game, just barely above On Again, Off Again. Because I think both of these are fun as the 1 player. And even if you're on the ground here on this level, at least it's fun to dodge, like, the platforms that could potentially flip upwards. So yeah, UFO definitely has the most fun strategy between the 3, and I've definitely seen mixed results if you know what you're doing. Alright, so that's it for the 1v3s. Again, I might reorganize some stuff on the list later. Let's see, motion controls, ignore that. Diffuse or lose. I have mixed opinions on this one, but it's mainly because of who your ally is. Like, if you have a good ally, this one's pretty easy. If not, pretty much forced to carry the team. And the depth perception on this one's really weird as well, so I think I'm going to knock a point off for that as well. I honestly think I might put it below the quiz. Let's see, motion control, Jump the Gun. I like this one from Mario Party 6, and here. Yeah, like it here as well. Pretty fun 2v2. I put it above Granite Getaway. Even if the controls are a little floaty, but at the same time, that's pretty much most of the controls from Mario Party 6. Matchmakers, I mean, it's luck-based with a little bit of memory, but it's definitely better than Gatekeepers in every single way possible, so for that, it's guaranteed at least a C tier, but where in C tier is the question. Like, it is just a little boring. I have no idea where to put Matchmakers. It's like... Like, I'll put it here. Here, final answer. I'm just gonna lock that in and come back to it later, potentially. Pickin' Produce. And just another really good 2v2 minigame. Grab fruit off of one conveyor belt and make sure they go down the correct path. And I think I'll put it just below trampoline. Let's see here. Prime cut. The steak looks really good on this one. And you know what? I think I might put this towards the top of C tier. Like, it's actually decent. You get way more ties than you have any right to. That is like my one thing I have to say. And if you get Master AI on as your partner here, you're cooked. Like, the Master AI will not help you out in the slightest. It's like you have to move at the last second, just to make sure you actually cut in the right spot to get that 50-50 split. But yeah, it is decent. It is satisfying cutting that steak as well. Let's see, motion controls. Rocky Rope Race. I think this can also go upper half of C tier. Yeah, I think I'll put it here. Just gotta press A at the right time and let go at the right time. Alright, Shadow Play. Shadow Play is a very interesting one because there's quite a few good elements that bring up to B tier. But for some reason, some of the shapes are a bit deceiving. I don't know, like, it's probably just me, but I think it has to go down to C tier. Maybe above Lost and Pound. You know, this would be kind of like a tie for me at the moment. Alright, Tricky Turntable. D tier, it goes on for way too long, and the coin turnout has a chance to be extremely bad. And because of how comically long this one is specifically, it could go bottom of D tier. If this minigame, though, was double the coins in half the rounds, that's how you save this minigame. Two axes test. Okay, I'm not even going to pronounce this because of I stink, right? Do I offend? Yes. So, two axis taxi. This one is really good. It's just a matter of where to put it. Honestly, it might be a very close tie with this and Jump the Gun for me. I'm going Mario Party 6 bias though, just slightly, but 2xy Taxi, very good minigame. I like it. Your partner goes in one direction, you go in the other. Or will they go up, down, you go left, right, or vice versa. Fun minigame. I like it. Now to move on to the dual minigames, which is only 5 in the game. But only 4 count because fast pitching is motion controls. But even from what I've seen, this one's not that bad. But again, haven't played it, doesn't count. All the marbles! There is strategy here, I'll give it that. But I think I like the quiz a bit more. Especially if you're playing against Master AI, if you can't perfect like the ultimate strategy to win this, you're kind of cooked. Alright, Fuzzy Heights. Master AI, you will lose. However, against human players, this one's actually kind of fun. Definitely upper half of C tier. Yeah, I'll put it above Lumber Tumble. This one's pretty good. Slappy Go Round, this one is so funny. I like the mind games on this one too much. Alright, Cold Front, you might have to get moved. You know, maybe towards the top of B tier, because again, I consider Ha Ha Hop and Cold Front to be good for pretty much different reasons, but I equally like them at the same time. And I like playing Cold Front at least a little bit better than Slappy Go Round. So I'll go with that. Slappy Go Round, though, is a very funny dual minigame. Stone Eye Bowling. If you asked me about this minigame based on my first impressions, this would have been at D tier for it being luck-based. However, playing it multiple times, I actually like it. Even though I don't like it when you tie. I feel if you tie, you go for an extra round, at least. Like, maybe between here. Like, there's strategy involved. I like it, and more importantly, it's short. Alright, now we have, the item minigames. And Roll With It doesn't count because that's motion controls. I think when I did my Superstars tier list, there weren't any freaking item minigames. I'm trying to put only minigames here rather than... This technically does count as a minigame, but... Like, minigames for coins, you know? But I'll probably just give my opinion on them anyways. Flip and End. It's memory, it's good. Probably upper half of C tier. Prize Drop, luck-based. Even though I do like a bit of Plinko. It never goes in the spot I want to, and for that reason, maybe bottom of C tier. Prize Line, I like this one. Follow the line. I hope it connects to the one you actually want. Somewhere in B tier, I'd say. And Stone Throw. Another pretty good one, I'll just say bottom of B tier. There you go, Prize Line, best minigame for items, woohoo. Alright, now back to the actual minigames. Mario's 3-peat. And every single ally minigame is way too long, I'm going to just say that in advance. I think Mario's 3-peat is like the only one I'd even justify for being that long because it is 3 minigames back to back to back. And all of them being from Mario Party 1. However, I'm just going to be biased here. I don't like Leaf Leap that much. What goes up for Mario Party 6 is infinitely better in every single way possible. Bumper Boss is alright, and Shy Guy Says is really funny now because he now does a double fake out. I think I'll put Mario Repeat though at bottom of A tier. Because again, it's like the only reason to even justify it being this long. But it's not going to go any higher because I do not like Leaf Leap. Luigi's Rescue Operation. I like every single aspect about this except the final room. That's very unfair and gives Master AI the win. So... And because if you mess up that final room, you are screwed against Master AI. You are going into C tier. I'll say top of C tier. Peach's Day Off. It's got some variety. But it might also be my least favorite ally minigame in the bunch. It's not really what I'm excited to play, really. Like, I'll probably put it just above Platform Peril. Daisy's Field Day. This reminds me of Fall Guys, so they'll put that up. I'll say top of A tier. Again, it goes on for too long because it's an ally minigame. However, it's still really fun. And I will also say that another factor is I don't really like round 3 that much. However, that's probably just me. Wario's Buzzer Beater. Best quiz minigame in the game. It's definitely WarioWare style, so you know what? You get extra points for that. I think I'll put it above Carousel. It's honestly one of the best quiz minigames in the series. And it even might be one of the faster ally minigames, I think. Waluigi's Pinball Arcade, my favorite of the ally minigames. I even like it more than Light Wave Battle. I think this might even be my favorite minigame in the game. Yes, an ally minigame is my favorite minigame in the game. Even though I suck at it. Oh wait, but Yoshi's Mountain Race. These two are a real toss-up because I love platforming and Yoshi's Mountain Race so much. Waluigi's Pinball. Yoshi's Mountain. I don't know, these two are very close. I think I'll give the upper edge to Yoshi's Mountain Race though, just because I like the platforming so much more. And because I have a potential skill issue with Waluigi's Pinball Arcade. Actually, you know, Waluigi's Pinball Arcade will sometimes give you a blooper as an item to use against an opponent, and just because of that, S tier for Yoshi's Mountain Race, and because of blooper, F tier. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, Yoshi's Mountain Race, I think it's just perfect. Waluigi's Pinball might be my favorite, just by a bit of bias, but it has a few elements that just bring it down for me. Alright, Rosalie's Radical Race, that is motion controls. DK's Conga Line. On paper, this has potential to go A tier. Unfortunately, the advantage you get from having the advantage you get from activating the ally minigame, it's way too strong. So for that reason, I'm gonna have to go B tier here. But it is a fun rhythm game regardless. I'll put it above Slappy Go Round. Alright. Bowser Jr.'s Gauntlet. Or Jauntlet. Again, it's like WarioWare style. I don't know, these two are very equal for me. Like, Junior's Gauntlet, like, Junior's Gauntlet, at the very least, you get to move around to avoid, like, attacking enemies. But at the same time, for some reason, you can't jump in this minigame. I have no idea why they thought that was a good idea. Or why they didn't think about including a jump button, but... And I think the advantage for the player that activates the minigame is a little too overpowered. So I think for that alone, Water Buzzer Beater gets it. And plus, I feel some of these obstacles in the Gauntlet are luck-based. Yeah, I think that's fine. Alright, now on to the boss battles. Dragon Eel Slayers. This one's alright. I don't think the boss battles are really that spectacular here. For the most part. Like, it's just... This one's just fine. And I think this is fair for Dragon Eel Slayers. You just pick up shells and then button mash to throw them at the Dragon Eel. Pretty simple. It's the first boss battle in the game. But it's an okay one. Mega Sting Bee Stompers. I only played this one once. And even then, I didn't dislike it, but at the same time, I didn't really like it from what I remember. Like, maybe I'll put it below Booster Bash. Again, I only played this one once because it almost never shows up. But it's alright to play at least once, I suppose. Mega Rocky Wrench Wreckers. Like, this one's also pretty good, I'll give it that. Maybe along the same lines as Dragon Eel Slayers. You just gotta watch the manhole that this dude that the Rocky Wrench Wrecker comes from. So yeah. It's pretty good. Put it around the same level though. Boss Sumo Bro Blitzers. This one's a fun one. Might be my favorite boss battle in the game. Definitely a lot of strategy involved. Alright, let me reset that playlist because for some reason it's about to load stuff I don't want it to load. Actually, no, we're on boss battles. Let's go here. Okay, but yeah. Where was I? Yeah, I love the strategy in boss Sumo Bro Blitzers. Just for that alone, it goes in A tier. And nice job changing a song when there's only one minigame that qualifies left. Bowser Crashers. I think this was just a little too hectic for a Bowser boss fight. Like, I might even have to say it's my least favorite boss battle in the game. It's just a little too hectic. Like, I still think B tier's fine. Alright, that works. I suppose. So yeah, pretty much. Let's see here. Most of them are here. One gets A tier. And I forgot this one even existed. Sting Bee Stompers is just forgettable for me. Fine, least favorite. But you're also forgettable, so technically you're least favorite because I at least remember you. Alright, but anyways, any other things I want to change? Only 3 S tier ones, though. Do I move Daisy's Field Day and Sandwich up to S tier? I think I'll move this up to S tier. Sandwich. Yeah, I'll move Ha Ha Hop up. Sandwich, I think I'll also move up as well. Even though I probably like camera ready a little more than sandwiched. But I think sandwich deserves the S spot just a little bit more. And I think the rest of these is pretty fair for the most part. Like, let me just take one last look here. Let's see here. I think the top 10 here, I think it's fine when it comes to preference on minigames I'd like to play. But starting B tier below, I guess I'd rather play Conga Line over Slappy. I might move Slappy go around down a bit. I just really like Jump the Gun and 2-axis taxis. Yes, I said axis instead of axie. Sue me. I think I might move Granite Getaway down a bit. Yeah, this is definitely fair. Trampoline. I think it's fine there. But going back over here, I think most of these are fair. I will say, shout out to this minigame for most of its 1v3s for making it up to B tier. Where normally they're some of my least favorite ones in the game because they're unbalanced. But here, most of them, they're surprisingly pretty balanced. Alright, so yeah, I think the top of B tier is fine. I blame it on the crane down though. I'll leave it. It literally just barely creaks into B tier for me because I like playing this one. Alright, let's see here. 3-throw, prime cut, fuzzy heights. I love playing on fuzzy heights more against a human player than I do on Love Turtle playing with human players and Master AI. Just barely. Rocky Rope Race, Bruiser Bash, Mega Sting Bee Stompers, Shadow Play. I feel like I was going to move something around here. Stamp Out, Standoff, and Matchmakers, they are like tied for me. But I don't want to move Platform Peril down. Or I don't want to put these ahead of Platform Peril. I just like Rings to Riches. Like, it's like a 6-way tie here. Treasure Divers, Hot Cross Blocks, Snag the Flags. Again, Hot Cross Blocks is only this high just because of ironic enjoyment. Even though I enjoy playing this one a little bit more, it's less fun unironically somehow. Again, Master AI is not fair. Horrible turnout with it being way too long. I think that's gonna do it. I really don't think there's any other changes I want to make. Again, my opinions can change in the future. I'm completely aware of that. And not to mention, I still need to play some of these other games in the future. So maybe I'll eventually, when I play this game, I'll come back, do part 2, and then finish off the rest of these minigames. But out of the ones I played on stream, this is pretty much how I rank most of them. With, of course, the main outlier in F tier being gatekeepers, because nobody likes gatekeepers. Let's be real. So yeah, my top 2 favorite minigames are also partner minigames. Woohoo! Alright guys, so that's going to do it for this video. Might come back to this in the future to play the rest of these minigames. But as of right now, looks like our time is up. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out my other videos, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace!